Look, I'm vlogging like I'm supposed to be doing, but I'm about to stop vlogging because I have to get on the bus. But I just finished my first day of camp. Yesterday was my last day of like seeing all my students all the time. And I just finished my first day of camp today. It went really, really well. But now I'm nervous that that means that tomorrow is going to go horribly. I'm just being paranoid because I just want all of camp to go well. So this is a 2-day camp, and then I have a 5-day camp in a week from now. I want everything to go well, but today went so well, so I'm very pleased about that. And I had the most delicious Korean soup. I'm telling you, Koreans up when it comes to soups. They know their soups. And like, if you're a vegan, I actually think you could thrive here. I mean, maybe not, because the broths usually do. They are cooked in meat, but like, girl, get over it. Like, it's bomb here. The soups here, if you're a soup girl, you're living. Oh, I gotta go. My bus is coming. I just finished my first interview. I don't know how it's gonna go, but it's 2:27 on the clock, and obviously then I'm like clockwork. Hold on. It's extremely late. It's 2:28 a.m. I had my interview at 1:50 a.m. I've been up since 10:17. I went to bed around 7. I tried to sleep longer, but I tried to sleep longer, but I wasn't able to. Hold on. Anyways, I'm just nervy. I'm nervous. I feel okay because the main thing that I was feeling scared about was hello? Oh my god, Canada, please. The main thing I was feeling nervous about was trying to give notice to my, oh, not an ant. Where did you come from? You're gonna die over here, dude. It's way too dangerous for you. Taking care of these creatures, they don't give a fuck about me. Hold on. Hold on. I'm about to put you in my plant. Oh my god, you're not even an ant, you're a spider. Hold on. It's been a long night, but I survived. I can't believe it. So essentially, I need to leave by the weekend of the 25th because I'm going to have my second job interview. I did my job interview in the middle of the night, 1:45 a.m. I think I told you guys that. And it went well. So I need to go in for an in-person job interview on January 28th. I'm technically not supposed to leave Korea until February 16th, or I can technically leave February 13th, but I'm done all my classes already, and I only have, today's my last week of camp at one school, and then I have one more week of camp, not next week, but the week after next. So I'm gonna finish all my obligations, and I feel like that's leaving on a really good note. I'm not leaving anyone hanging, and I'm just gonna go. Sorry, LOL. I'm extremely bored, and I have nothing to do. So I'm going to do a meme reading using my What the Meme cards. I'm gonna do a tarot reading. I'm gonna focus on the number 234, because I've been seeing that a lot. And yeah, so it's been a crazy, crazy time. I need to get a lot done, high key. I need to get a lot done. Okay. Oh. Okay, let's see. I'm not going to be able to shuffle this deck the way I want to, so in order to get cards, I need to just pick one. So I'm going to pick 3 cards. So I've got 1 card, I've got 2, and I've got 3. Okay, let's see. What are our cards? I knew it. So we have the Elmo on fire. We've got this guy who's so funny. And we've got Elon Musk reverse. Thank God nobody wants to see his face upright. Okay, let's see. Let's see. LOL. The Elmo one is making me think of like this feeling of like I'm burning in hell. Something feels like an inconvenience, and something feels like a gotcha and like a ha 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 kind of moment. Ugh. And I don't know why. It feels like something is testing your nerves. And I'm not sure why. There's just like a very sarcastic energy. It could be because these cards are generally quite sarcastic. So it could be that. When the teacher asks for a volunteer, LOL, 222. There might be something like someone is positioning you. Oh, someone might be positioning you to take the fall for something. I'm not quite sure why and what this would really be in relation to just yet, but yeah, someone might be positioning you to take the fall for something. This doesn't seem like critically serious. It does feel inconvenient and annoying, and I sense some sarcasm. It feels like there's a bit of a debate, like a mental or emotional debate internally about how to react to this, if to react at all. I'm not concerned. I'm curious about what the what the debate is over. I mean, what the fall is over. It's like somebody like expecting you to be happy about something. That you're not happy about, or asking you. It's like somebody wanting you to pretend to be like happy about something, but you're not happy about it, or something like that. Or something like that. And I feel this energy of you trying to figure out why would this person want you or expect for you to be like, oh wow, that's so cool, that's so great. Like, why would this person think you would feel that way? I'm sorry, it's just the memes are so funny. But it's also so funny because Korean memes are so different, I guess, from American memes and Canadian memes, that these memes didn't really register for a lot of my kids, my students, which was kind of sad because I was like, oh, I thought they would enjoy this. But the memes were not hitting. They were not hitting the way they needed to. Oh my God. I finished my last day of camp at my first school. I've got 1 more week left. Life comes at you fast. Last time you saw me in this specific location, I was telling you that I had a job interview. I had that job interview in the middle of the night, early morning, around 2 a.m. It was successful. I am now moving on to an in-person job interview, which needs to take place, like I said, in person. Where am I currently? I'm in South Korea. So I need to go back to Canada earlier than expected. Now, I guess the drama here is that my contract isn't over till March, technically March 11th. I have 11 vacation days left, and so basically I'm not really allowed to leave until like February, like the last week of February, but obviously I need to go. The other thing about this is that I have no more classes. There's no more classes and there's no more camps when I'm trying to leave. I made it so that I specifically would be able to finish all of my obligations. So I personally feel like this is just a courtesy. You know what I mean? Because I'm taking the L on the pay. Like, I understand that I'm going to lose the money, and I've accepted that. So I'm just like, this is a courtesy. So I feel like I'm really hoping that I don't get any drama from this, because it's like, I'm not doing anything that's actually an inconvenience to anyone, unless like the system is just annoying, which in that it's not my fault, because it's like, why is the system making it complicated? There's nothing left for me to do. I'm not leaving teachers hanging. I'm not leaving students without education. Like, there's nothing left to do. I would have been just sitting at my desk the entire time. So for me, it's like, I gotta go. Like, and I'm like, it's not like I'm just going to like go travel. I'm going for a job. I need to go get a job, and I need to get this job. Oh my God. Also, I got an apartment. I got an affordable apartment. So very lit. I'm very excited. I can't believe it. I mean, I can, in the sense that I'm saying that so that my words are powerful. I can believe it, but I can't believe it. Like, what the heck? Life comes at you fast. For me, when things start to happen, it starts to happen all of a sudden. And it can be very overwhelming sometimes. And it's like, oh my God, like life is moving again, because I was just in like the super slow period for a very long time. And it was also because it's the holidays. But like, now all of a sudden things are like really churning. So I'm excited, but I'm also really scared and nervous and overwhelmed by the process. And I'm unsure of what's to come. I'm a little nervous about how the school is going to handle me trying to leave early, but I don't have a choice. Like, I need to do this job interview. I did my best to be like super respectful and not, I told my job, the job, that I wanted to give 2 weeks notice, so I couldn't come any earlier. Like, I feel like I'm doing everything right morally and ethically, and like respecting this opportunity that I've had here. So I just would like it to be stress-free. I'm really hoping. I think it'll be okay. I'm just a little nervous. I also don't want to make my co-teacher's life harder. Like, she's been so amazing and so supportive and so helpful and so kind and generous that I don't want to make her life harder. So I'm really hoping this ends up not being complicated, and especially because it's winter break. Like, there's nothing happening. No, half the teachers aren't even in the office. You know what I mean? So it's just like, just don't pay me for February and let's go. Like, I can accept that. I'll accept that. I just want it to be stress-free for everyone involved. I don't want to be stressed out. I know nobody else wants to be stressed out. Like, let's just, like, come on. Anyways, my bus is coming, so I got to go. Okay, so I am officially moving. So it's time to begin do you see that? Moving out of Korea, out of my Korean apartment. My very first apartment. Like, this isn't my first apartment ever, but it's my first apartment living alone. Oh, my little baby. I'm gonna miss her so much. Okay, it's very messy, girl. But I'm gonna miss my little child. Look at my art wall. All my art that I made this year. Such a productive year for art. So yeah, time is moving really fast. I got news today that I got an apartment. So I need to pack because I have a job interview on the week of the 26th. So I need to be back in Canada in about 2 weeks. So I need to start packing, which really means I need to start decluttering and figuring out what I want to keep and what I want to leave behind. So I need to do that now so that I'm not overwhelmed, because next week I have a lot of free time, but I'm going to be desk warming the whole time. And then on the week after that, I'm teaching. I have my last week of teaching ever, teaching English camp for winter. So I don't have a lot of time. And then that weekend is like the last weekend I have, and then I'm going. So I need to get my life together. I'm going to keep my plants here as long as I can because I just don't want to say goodbye. And then when it's time, probably I'll post a message my last week and see if anybody wants to take them. I don't know if that's too late notice. I don't think it is. Everything else, I think I'm just going to leave for the next teacher because the teacher before me left a lot. So, and that was so helpful, especially like coming from somebody who didn't have a lot of money. So I'm going to leave like my heater, my fan, all my essentials. Yeah, everything. I'll just leave all my stuff because I don't need it. I can't pack it. So yeah, I'll leave all that. I'll leave spices and things like that. And then all the perishables I'll have to get rid of that weekend that I'm leaving. So this packing session is really decluttering and thinking about like clothing and things like that. And like just stuff that I've gathered that I don't want and I'm not going to keep. Like this. I'm not keeping this shit. I bought this because I thought it was like cool and funky and unique, and it ain't worth it. So I will not be taking that. This was left here. This was here when I got here, so I'm keeping this here. All my pots and stuff I'll leave for the teacher who comes after because maybe she'll want plants. My weights I'll leave for the teacher because she'll probably want to work out maybe, or he. Tissue, obviously, leave for them. It shouldn't actually be that bad. I'm just really going to go through my closet and figure out what I want to keep and what I don't want to keep. And I actually am really going to try and see if I can get everything down to one suitcase. Because if I can, that just makes my life easier. I like traveling and suitcases is just like, it's hell on earth. So I'm going to see how I can do that. And I actually think I can make it happen. I'm one of those people. I've mastered getting rid of stuff. I have no attachment to my stuff. I really don't. Which, you know, in some cases isn't actually super healthy. But in situations like these, it's the most helpful thing. I don't give a damn. The only things I really care about are my art. I want to keep those and protect those pieces because they're meaningful to me. They're my first ever art journeys. I'll have to take down those flowers, my dried flowers from the spring when I was buying a lot of flowers. That's like a few weeks worth or months worth. I don't even know. Yeah, I actually think I'm going to be able to do one suitcase. I'm not going to lie to you. Because what am I bringing? I'm not bringing shit. I think maybe a suitcase and a carry-on. We'll see. I might not actually be able to get away with it. But I might. So yeah, I'll update you later. Good morning. It's late morning. It's almost noon, but I've been up since like 6 a.m. And if you know anything about me, I've been filling out applications. So I decided to apply for a university program for a bachelor. I decided to apply for a bachelor degree. Do I already have a bachelor degree? Yeah, I do. But I decided to apply for one in public administration and governance because Spirit told me to. And I listen to Spirit. I don't know about you. That's your business if you don't. But I personally do. Okay, this is my faith system. You're not allowed to discriminate against me. And that's something I decided to do. So we'll be seeing where that goes. I did pay the $90 fee. Yeah, I did. What did I use to pay that $90 fee? My refund. So period. I used money that I didn't even know was coming in. So period, because that's an investment. That's how you invest. Putting this up here isn't smart because last time it fell. Yeah, so I was doing that. I just finished doing that. Then I started working on my digital currencies portfolio because I'm trying to cover my bases and just be up with the times because the world is changing, you guys, and sitting around twiddling your thumbs and not thinking about it is not going to help you. And I'm saying that with all the love in the world because it's just not going to help. We need to get on top of it. Of course, this is not the main answer that we're looking for. We're looking for systemic change, but systemic change is happening. And if we can get our foot in the door by understanding the systemic change that's happening and being a part of that conversation, then we can help put social justice into the changes that are already being made. Like the system, specifically the financial system, is being changed as we speak. It's already been changed in a lot of ways and it's continuing to change. And they're continuing to develop more digital assets or adopt digital assets that are established and have been proven to work. Institutions, countries, banks are all using these things and they're going to continue to use them. And so our digital economic system is changing. The way we work with money, the way we understand money, the way we use money, the way we send money, the way we legalize and support and policies around money, and all of that obviously trickles down to social status and poverty and wealth distribution. And so in order to have conversations about a wealth tax and have conversations about supporting the working class, and more social programs, we need to know the language of the economic system that we're speaking about. And the language of that system is changing. It's changing to a digital currency system. Crypto, stable coins, tokens, utility coins, all these things. So I'm thinking about that a lot more. And for myself, I'm building up my financial portfolio that I'm considering to be like a long-term thing alongside my retirement portfolio, which is based in the more traditional market, which is the stock market. So I've got an all-in-one index fund that I'm investing into in my traditional portfolio, and that's VBAL. It's a little more conservative, and I'm just doing that because I was guided to. So you do what you need to do. I'm doing what I need to do, and it's based purely off of spiritual stuff. But the index fund stuff is based off of like actual financial knowledge. Investing has been solved. ETFs, index funds are the way to go. Oh, all-in-one index fund. Being a passive investor, ignoring your investments and just setting up automatic investment cycles. That's how you should do it. But in terms of what you choose specifically, I mean, that depends on your tax system, your country, your risk tolerance, all of those types of things. So I have a traditional financial portfolio for the stock market, and now I'm beginning to develop a digital currency portfolio filled with utility coins. So the coins that I'm looking at are XRP, XLM. I was looking at HBAR, but then I heard Spirit say don't buy HBAR. And I'm not sure if that's just a me thing or if that's an everything thing. So I just heard that for myself, so I'm not going to buy it. But I don't know, that's probably not like widespread advice. You know what I mean? I'm not saying like there's an omen around HBAR. I'm just talking about myself. Also, I'm not a financial literacy person. I'm not a financial educator. I'm not a financial professional. I can't tell you nothing what to do. I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just talking about my life on the internet. So yeah, I'm looking at XLM, AGRO, VET, which is not available on one of the things I need on the platform that I'm on, so I have to switch. I have to open a new platform. I hope they would just create a all-in-one platform. That'd be great. Like a government-run program would be great, to be honest. All these freaking corporations, everything is so corporate. It's like sometimes it would be nice to have something that's just government only. Like taxes. Like, why am I doing my taxes through another company when I'm paying the government? That should be a like full government process. I shouldn't have to go through all these random companies. They're trying to charge me. They're trying to, like, girl, please. That's how you know it's a scam sometimes. Not taxes, because I actually do think taxes can be great in terms of contributing to social programs. I'm willing to pay tax, you know what I mean? Like, in order to get the things that we need as a society, even if they're things I don't personally need, because it's not all about me. But I do think it's a scam that taxes aren't just done through the government and like, that's it. Like, why am I going through another thing? I have to do all these things. I have to worry about boom, boom, bop. Why aren't you processing my taxes for me? Don't you track my whole life? Do it for me. Like, what's the point of tracking if you're not about to use the information to get things done helpfully? Like, please. Anyways, I'm trying to make breakfast right now because I'm hungry. It's going to be a little bit of a breakfast lunch kind of situation. Building your financial portfolio, a digital currency portfolio. So that includes what I said, cryptocurrency, stable coins. I don't know, but from what I've learned, I don't think you need to invest into stable coins per se, because they're supposed to be the like national currency equivalent, just in a digital form. So it should stay the same. The price of the USD stablecoin shouldn't dramatically change, and like you get an in by being in early. You know what I mean? It's not supposed to be like that. So stablecoins, there's no like urgency, I don't think. But with utility coins, there is a bit of urgency because those are going to be used to help build like the foundation of our new system, which is already being built and already being utilized. And early adoption can really help you build up a portfolio, leverage. You can stake, all these things that you're just going to have to learn, you guys. You're just going to have to learn. But I really, really highly recommend looking into it. So, right, like I said, you can look into things like XRP. XRP is going to be like a bridge utility coin, a bridge asset. So, what it works with higher big institutions like banks, countries, and it helps them move their money between back and forth between two partners, or maybe even three, I don't know. Like if China wants to send money to the US, instead of sending the money to the US and then waiting on SWIFT and it taking a bunch of days and there being a high processing fee, XRP makes that quick. And it happens in like 3 seconds, which is a really big change from what it takes right now to send large amounts of money internationally, things like that. So XRP is for that. XLM is the retail investor equivalent. Retail investor just means regular person. Then there is Chainlink, which is the name, the ticker symbol, which is what you look up when you're on an investing platform. It's LINK. To be honest, I don't know what it does. I don't remember. Then there's VET, which I think is about the food industry. And that's mainly based in Asia, but I think it could it could expand. Either way, it's diversifying. What's really important when you're investing and picking a index fund, which index funds should be diversified already, but making sure you're diversified. So having a global index fund, it's not just, you don't want your financial portfolio to just be the US or just be Canada or just be Britain or just be France or just be Korea. You want it to cover the whole world, and especially emerging markets, because countries that are developing right now are obviously going to have, it's shown through data that they have more impact in the future. So long-term holding is really beneficial for small cap stocks, which are stocks for smaller businesses, and emerging markets. Those have higher expected returns. They also have higher volatility, which means that the stock goes up and down, up and down, up and down a lot more frequently than something that has low volatility like a bond, where it kind of just stays the same, pretty much stays the same. That's relevant because higher volatility, it's one of those things where it's psychological. And it's also time-based. If you are 70 years old, you probably don't want to be in volatile stocks because you're always pulling money away from your retirement if you're retired. And so you're actually losing money. You're actually losing value. If you're 20 years old, you can probably handle volatility a little bit more. You just need to psychologically know whether you can handle it. Can you handle seeing $100,000 go down to $10,000? That's a huge loss. But it's not real, because for the most part and throughout history, things have always bounced back, especially if you have a diversified all-in index fund instead of investing in individual stocks, because individual stocks have never been able to beat, since we've had index funds, don't beat out index funds. Okay, because individual stocks represent individual companies, and individual companies, right now a country might rule the world. In 50 years, who's to say? You know what I mean? Companies are like people, it's like we come and we go. You need something that is not about the specific company, but about the whole of something. So that's why index funds are really great. Also, keep in mind, you can't beat the market. Stop trying to beat the market. You can't time the market. You don't know more than the market. The market isn't rational. It's barely predictable. So index fund. For traditional portfolio, index fund. All-in-one diversified index fund. One that is tax efficient, index fund. Put it in your tax saving account. If you're from Canada, your tax-free savings account. Then your RSP. If you're buying a house, your your FHSA. If you're in America, I think it's a Roth IRA. I don't know. If you're anywhere else, I don't know. But yeah, obviously as a collective, when it comes to working class liberation, having a great retirement portfolio setup is not going to save you. But as an individual, it is important that you do your due diligence. And so you might as well try. But at this point in the game, at this stage in the game, you're doing your due diligence doesn't just mean having a traditional portfolio. It means locking in and realizing that our economic system is changing, that digital currency is real, and so also beginning to learn about digital currency and invest in digital currency. You gotta, okay? You gotta learn. It's gonna hurt, it's gonna be annoying, it's gonna feel stupid, you're gonna face loss because we're early and there's volatility and there's price suppression because a lot of these institutions still need to buy in, still want to buy in, and they're in charge. So they're like, I'm not gonna buy in until the price is this price, so you find a way to get it down to this price. So then market manipulation to get prices to go down. You know what I mean? It is what it is, but you still need to get in anyways. It doesn't matter. Like, due diligence, okay? And it's hard for us as the retail people. It's not easy. It's not fair by any means. But it is what it is. The situation is what the situation is. And it's our job, once you have the awareness, to do what you can for yourself. And then do what you can for your community. Like, having community investment funds would be awesome. Like a community pot where we were all putting in for your neighborhood. Let's say your neighborhood has an investment fund, and like you can use that to fund helping changes in your neighborhood. Let's say a charity, let's say a homeless shelter has an investment fund. Every winter you donate to the homeless shelter investment fund, help build up their thing. Now they have equity. Now they like boom, boom, boom. This is exactly why I'm going to sign up for that. That's exactly why I signed up for the public administration and governments form, because I'm like, number one, like it's time to lock in and get involved in politics, because what else are we going to do? Like, politics isn't going away, and I personally don't want politics to die. I don't want like democracy to go away. I don't want nations to go away. I thought I didn't like big government for a while because I was just so disappointed with government, but I like big government because I like social programs. Now I think it's complicated. I think I have I don't think I could put myself on any specific political ideology right now, because I just want people to be okay. And I have a perspective that is changing all the time and responds to what information I'm learning. And, you know, it's adaptive, it's critical thinking, it's compassionate. So my political perspective, I don't think can be put into an ideology, because I've seen the liberals fail at so many things. And it's like, I would naturally, I think, align more there, but they've been letting me down. But I like Zoran. I'm so happy about Zoran, and he's being such a good example. So I'm like, hey. And there's somebody, I think, in Detroit. There's somebody in Minneapolis. They're like, we're all over the place. Hey. I don't honestly follow a lot of Republican people, so I don't know. I don't follow a lot of conservative people, so I don't know what great things they're doing. But I'm sure there's ones who are doing great things. You know what I mean? It's like, it's time to stop being divided. Who gives a fuck about boom, boom, bop? Let's align as the working class. Let's align as the working class. Hey, let's align as the working class. Let's align as the working class. Hey, like, let's just get it together. Because I'm not going to judge you. You don't judge me. Well, judgment is sometimes important depending on what's been happening. But let's work together. That's what I want. We're all in this together. Once we know that we are where it'll start, and we see that. So I'm gonna make like a breakfast burrito. I'm gonna use tofu, onions, garlic. What the fuck is that? No! No! Oh, fuck. Damn. Damn it. This sucks. My garlic freaking, oh no, that is super depressing. Damn it, my garlic is dead. No. Oh, please, God. It's too late. It's dead. Sucks. Anyways. See, I need to eat my food. This is what happens. But well, you know what the good thing about that is that the garlic must have been fresh, which is nice. It's nice to know. Sorry. That's nice to know. So, I'll take it. I'll take my wins where I can find them. Yeah, so I've got a bunch of investments that I'm thinking about. I have some price limits that I've set, limit buys. So if there's a crash, which I mean there probably will be because like I said, crypto's pretty volatile. The digital currency space is still very volatile right now. So should prices go down, I've got some price buys that I'm excited about because I'll be able to get in. And like I said, we're talking long term. So same way when you're talking about your retirement portfolio, you're talking about 40 years. I'm talking about 40 years. You know what I mean? So you're not putting your life savings in here. You're not putting your emergency fund in here. You're putting money you didn't know was coming in. Like I didn't know my GST and my whatever stuff I pay for was coming in. So I was like, oh, cool. Money. Boom. Sent it to my bachelor degree, my second bachelor degree attempt, and to my financial portfolio because I already have an automatic investment set up for my traditional portfolio. And I've learned from me because I've made this mistake several times. Don't put money you need. Okay, don't put money you need in there, because then you're gonna have to pull it out, and it just sucks. Okay. But also don't let fear and like trying to understand everything stop you from getting started. I made so many mistakes. I've been trying to invest and develop an investment portfolio for years. Like years. And I'm just right now at the point where I have like something that I feel like I can let it sit and I won't have to pull from it. And I'm trying to be careful with how much more I give so that I don't end up having to pull, because I'm not in a super financially like stable place where I feel super confident. So, you know what I mean? Like it's a tricky game. It's an up and down game, but get in. Time in the market beats timing the market. I sound like a like a YouTuber, like a financial YouTuber, but it's true. There's certain things that you're going to hear a lot once you start learning a lot about the financial world. You're going to hear investing has been solved. You're going to hear you can't beat the market. You're going to hear investment behavior, because while investing has been solved, investor behavior, especially of retail investors, which we all are at the end of the day, is very unpredictable, and that's because we're humans and we didn't with the stock market, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's hard. You have emotional reactions, you feel scared, you hit survival mode, all the things, and it's completely normal. So there's no need to feel ashamed of yourself if you are reacting to something that is very scary, like thinking you're going to thinking you've just lost 50% of your retirement fund, which is money you've worked so hard for, and you've been, what's it called? You've been so, brave enough to put away rather than just keep safe in cash, because it is brave to invest in the market, because it's scary to invest in the market. So anyone who does that, that's just a regular person and like isn't rich, is a brave person. And then to watch that slip away, I mean, talk about trauma. So don't let anybody make you feel ashamed for feeling like, I don't want to do this. But you, girl, you got to do it. So figure it out. Talk to your lawyer, talk to your therapist, and let's go. Because whether you want to do it or not, it needs to get done. And that's just that on that. But I understand the fear. Completely understand the fear. It is not fun losing money. I've lost money permanently. Oh, that's another thing. Do not trade on margin. Look at the account. Always have the money in your account. Always have at least like $20, $50 if you need of buffer room in your accounts. That's money that you're just not spending. It's just in cash in your account. Do not trade on margin. If you trade on margin, you're borrowing. You're borrowing that money, and if the stock goes down, they sell that stock. And then you lose that money. And then you're sometimes in debt. I've been through it. I've been through it. Don't buy on margin. I've been through hell. I've lost over $1,000. I didn't know I was buying on margin. I thought I was buying cash. I thought I was buying in cash. I swear I had the damn cash in there. But you know what? I probably didn't, because when I think about it, I feel like I only put in $500. So I don't know how I ended up with like over 1,000. But still, yeah, that hurt me. That hurt my soul. That hurt my soul. But yeah, don't buy on margin. Do not buy on margin. And don't listen to these damn day traders. Well, it's not that you don't need to listen to them, but it's just like they can relax a little bit. Everybody doesn't need to be a day trader. It's a lot timing the market. It's also like you need to know if you're psychologically built for that. You know what I mean? Just start with your traditional investment portfolio. When you've done that, because that feels more secure, go ahead and start learning about those digital currencies. I'm not playing. Y'all need to start doing that now. And I'm not even talking about Bitcoin, even though Bitcoin is obviously, the side of it all. But I'm talking about utility coins. That's what I'm into. But also, you go find out whatever you're led to. Go ask somebody. Don't ask me. I don't know nothing. But I'll tell you what I do know. And what I know and just means what I've learned. And who knows if what I've learned is even what you're supposed to understand it to be. You know what I'm saying? This is my brain processing all this information. My unique brain that always is going to use a spiritual context. That always is being spoken to. You know what I mean? So just take my words with a grain of salt, but also don't, because, well, listen in the sense of the traditional portfolio. At the very least, make sure you start investing in your traditional stock market portfolio, because I don't think the stock market's going away. It's just that there's a bunch of systems happening, and stable coins and crypto isn't on the stock market, so you can't buy in. So you need to develop a different platform to access that. But it's a part of your overall portfolio. In 50 years, it probably will be seen as a traditional portfolio. You know what I'm saying? So yeah. Anyone who's had to send money internationally understands why, things like XRP. And XRP is not the only one doing this. That's important to understand. And also, it's not about one coin, one big ticket winner. This is going to be a multi-coin system. There are multiple utility coins you can get involved in. Okay, it's not like you have to rush and only pick one and put everything in your basket. Like, what were we talking about? We're talking about diversified funds, diversified portfolio. That it applies to your digital currencies as well, not just your ETFs and not just your index fund. Anytime you're investing, it's best to be diversified. I personally have really clung to this idea that I don't really like individual stocks, but sometimes I don't know. I have to open my mind up, because sometimes Spirit tells me to do something and I don't do it because I'm like, but Spirit, blah, 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 blah. This is what the investors have said. And why do I look at the price and the price has gone up? I have lessons to learn. So, I question Spirit. I listen to not to the market. I listen to the professionals. But these days, right now, I'll be listening to Spirit, because I just learned my lesson. Spirit told me to invest in this one thing. I'm not going to tell you about it because it's not important. But I didn't do it because first of all, I was listening to stupid, anyways. I didn't do it because of a bunch of reasons, including tax efficiency and it being American and me being Canadian and thinking about all these things. And girl, mistakes were made. I think maybe stocks can be good for short-term shit. Maybe it can be good for long-term. I don't know. But anyways, mistakes were made, and I regret it. I do regret it. But it's okay. Yeah, maybe stocks are good for liquidity. Things that maybe are a little volatile or are about to go up. But how can you know that? I mean, it's kind of like guidance, right? You're just being told. But, Yeah, that's all I got to say. That is all I got to say. I'm just telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. I'm telling you right now. Yeah. You need to get in to financial education, financial literacy. Please, before you make a mistake, because inflation is real, you guys. It's scary as hell and it's real. Like, that's one of the scary monsters under your bed of adulthood. Like, inflation, that shit's real. And I'm still not really registering why we can't just print more money, but print money's about to be out the door. Shit. Which is good, I guess. Save the trees. But, damn. So, yeah, inflation. Oh my god, Ian is calling. Gotta go. I've got a little vlog contribution. The thing about life is, what's happening? Why are things always changing? Why is the path always shifting? Why are the tables always turning? Why are the bricks always moving? And it's like, that's not true, because the way things were not moving for the longest time. But it's like, why is it now that they are? When, like, you're just starting to get a sense of maybe... I'm sorry. It's just overwhelming. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. I don't know what I want. Do I want to go to school anymore? What do I want to do? Help.